I'm back at the ranch, and I've got the base coat on the newel posts and the balusters and the rails. Now for the lipstick coats, the red and the blue that go on, highlight the work that was done on them. And I had some paint left over, so I did the mailbox, which was just a kind of a beautiful rusty black. This part of the porch over here, the newel post will actually sit off of the tread, but all the other newel posts are going to be mounted to the tread, so they had to have that extension put on for that design, because there are two different design newel posts, just to mix it up a little bit. And over here, doing an inspection on this tread right here. This tread, which is broken loose a little bit. Alright, it is actually split, so I need to replace this. Which is, it's a 10-foot 2x8. Which isn't too awfully bad, just one. I'm not replacing them all, just the one that's going to hold the newel post. But the other thing is the newel post is going to go right into the base. So I have to be really careful on how I'm going to attach the newel post on this end. On this end, as you can see, as I come down here, it's right on the wicked edge. Where over here, it's inside the support. So here's the support on the porch, and it comes down. There's plenty of room to put the newel post in, and then mount the wood. Going to be a little tricky. We'll see what happens. So there's the lipstick is on, as I call it. They got the red and the blue on there. I still have some of the protection tape, painter's tape on there. But besides that, you can see that I need to touch up the gray a little bit, the blue a little bit. There's some holidays here and there. So a little bit of work needs to be done. But it's just turning out pretty good. Now the rail is also red and gray, but the tape is still on it. And that needs to be cut to size. So that's some more work to be done. Alright, so this has been mounted. That's just sitting on top here right now. It's been cut to size. I'm just waiting for some batteries to charge up. And I have to do the same thing on the other side, come to find out. And I'm going to need to put baluster supports. The balusters will not reach. Off camera, this addition right here had to be put onto this newel post so that it gets mounted very similar to the way this one's mounted. Alright, so the whole idea is I have a 4-inch screw that's going to be buried like so into there. So I need to mark pretty much where I want this hole to be coming out, and that's where I need to drill it. I should come over just a little bit. There it goes. The front newel post is going to be attached with a 10-inch structural screw. These screws are extremely hard, and they really do a great job of attaching the newel posts. Yeah, they're used for ledger boards and attaching beams inside a house, or attaching beams together. So they're very structural. I had to put additional supports, as you can see, on the stringers. The stringers are the original, and they've been obliterated with leather, screws pulled in and out. To make the cut for the railings, I literally just hailed them up and marked a line. and then determine the angle so they could be pretty close to being equal, about 25 degrees, I believe, off the straight. And then trying to hold them in place while putting in the screws, a little bit of a challenge, but I was able to fight through it. Had to do it 2 or 3 times. You can see I'm using that method right there to mark it, and then I line it up on the cutoff saw.
Okay, so last time it was
Miter
27.
saw.
Should be pretty close to that. There's 25, 26, 27. Let's see what it looks like. Cutting off the line just a little bit. Good. Just a lot of it, actually.
Once I was satisfied with the angle of the cut, I would then, of course, attach it to the newel post and the post that was on the porch established previously, supporting the roof. Satisfied with my cut and attaching it to the newel post, the railings were then measured for its angle with using the T-bevel. That allowed for the balusters to be cut true on the angle first, hung vertical, and then marked for the straight cut where it's going to be mounted on the staircase. This was critical. Those balusters had to hang vertically.
A little bit on the left side.
Nick a little edge off the sides to kind of blend it in because of the rounding on the railing. Later filled with caulk if necessary to protect it from the weather. So satisfied with the cut and where it's going to be located on the staircase, they were attached to markings that you can't see on the railing, but there are marks there. And at this point, it has to hold right where I have that mark, otherwise the spacing on the staircase would be wrong. After making sure that it was, plumb, the bottom was toenailed in. Caulk was put around the edges, and touch-up paint was applied if necessary.
Eventually.
Well, there you are. They're all done. And as we leave this video, you can see the difference between the side porch compared to the front porch railings. Thanks for watching.